Bgmc. The biblical truth lives here.
We are living in a time like no other in history, but fortunately for us, God wrote it all down in His prophecies. Find out what prophecies happened this week ripped straight from the headlines. Stay tuned for the Prophecy Headlines news show on The Remnant's Call.
Let's get ready for the Remnant's Call, End Time Prophecy News. Amen?
Amén.
Want to hear some prophecy? All right, the first story comes from Israel.
La primera historia viene desde Israel.
And this is a big prophecy.
Y eso es una profecía bien fuerte.
102 more Bnei Manasseh from India have emigrated to Israel.
Unos 102 miembros de Bnei Manasseh, judíos, volvieron desde la India.
No, they actually look very different, and you can see some pictures of them in the Jericho area.
Ellos se ven bien distintos y lo puedes ver ahí en el área de Jericó.
So the lost tribes of Israel are coming back home.
Las tribus perdidas
Amén.
de Israel están regresando a casa.
Let's give it a hand.
Amén.
Going on to the next Israel story.
La próxima noticia.
Donald Trump is this tall.
Donald Trump está de esa estatura.
You saw a very different meeting this week.
Ustedes vieron unas reuniones distintas en esta semana.
You saw joy in the meeting between Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and President Trump.
Vieron gozo en las reuniones de Benjamin Netanyahu y el presidente.
You know, for the last 8 years, it has been an adversarial relationship,
Desde
an evil relationship.
En los últimos 8 días, en los últimos 16 años,
Okay.
había sido una relación de adversario.
But now you have a president who loves Israel because his grandchildren are Jewish.
Y aquí ves un presidente que ama a los judíos porque su nieto es judío.
So they had a very good meeting.
Entonces tuvieron una reunión bien interesante.
And Donald Trump is backing a one-state solution.
Y Donald Trump está respaldando
Amen.
el One State Solution.
I was like, wow, that's a big one. He didn't like the apartments, though.
¿Él tiene?
He didn't.
Oh, él no le gustan los apartamentos, ¿verdad?
But he's like, it's Israel. You can do what you want. I don't like it.
Y él le dijo, tú puedes hacer lo que quieras en Israel.
Slow down. You got 102 families coming to Israel.
Tienes
102 people. You need apartments.
Hay 102 personas que están regresando a Israel, necesitas apartamentos.
You want to know one of the most expensive places to live on the planet is Israel.
Y sabes que uno de los lugares más caros de vivir en el planeta es Israel.
And why is that?
¿Y por qué es esto?
A lot of people,
Porque son muchas personas
not a lot of land.
y poca tierra.
And the taxes are pretty high in Israel.
Y los impuestos son muy altos en
You think your
Israel.
taxes are high here?
¿Ustedes creen que sus impuestos son altos?
Try
aquí?
almost 70%.
Imagínate un 70%.
Whoa. Well, you don't pay your 70%, you don't have a military.
Si no pagas el 70%, entonces no vas a tener el ejército.
No military, you're dead.
Y si no tienes ejército, estarías
Okay? You need some protection, okay? At least in the secular world.
muerto. Y necesita protección en el mundo secular.
Next news story.
Próxima historia.
There you see the techelet or techelet.
Tejelet. Ahí estás viendo el tejelet.
That's what the rabbis are saying. They found the shell that makes the blue.
Ellos dicen que han encontrado la concha o ¿cómo se llama? La concha que hace el azul.
Okay, this is 100% wrong
Esto es 100% equivocado
because it comes from a crustacean.
porque viene de un crustáceo.
The tzitzit
El sitio
represents God's laws.
representa las leyes de Dios.
It wouldn't be kosher.
No sería entonces kosher.
Okay, so but they did find it in a dig. It is interesting. They're going to be making it. Cost you $80 to get a pair of these.
Dice que cuesta unos $80 hacerlo de ese azul.
But don't worry, we make them for a lot less here.
Pero no te preocupes que vamos a durar menos.
And we'll show you how to tie them. Next news story.
Próxima historia.
Okay. In Israel, they're having the same problem with the judges as we are here in America.
En Israel tienen el mismo problema que tenemos nosotros aquí con los jueces.
Okay, the judges are blocking the apartments being put up in Israel.
Los jueces están bloqueando la posibilidad de que abran los apartamentos. En
The
Israel.
law is that the government said we can put up apartments.
La ley dice que no.
The government said we can put up apartments.
La ley dice que deberíamos de poner los apartamentos.
The judges say no.
Y los jueces dicen que no.
Okay? The judges are supposed to rule on what the government says the law is.
Los jueces deberían de apoyar o de seguir lo que dice la ley que el gobierno
Not
está
wh-
estableciendo.
Not what the judge makes it.
No lo que hagan los jueces.
So pretty soon they want to get rid of the Supreme Court of Israel.
Así que muy pronto van a deshacerse de la Corte Suprema de allá. de justicia.
Next news story from Israel. Our new Secretary of State, Tillerson,
El secretario de Estado, Tel Tillerson,
says that they're going to stop funding anybody connected with Hamas
dice que van a detener los fondos, cualquier fondo que venga para Hamas.
and anybody who divests from Israel as a terrorist organization.
Cualquiera que esté quitando, esté en contra de Israel como...
Your tax dollars gave $28 million to terrorist organizations last year.
Tus impuestos dieron unos 28 millones de dólares estadounidenses al apoyo de terrorismo.
Next news story from Israel. You're going to have to choose pretty soon.
Muy pronto vas a tener que elegir.
France is going to be having elections soon.
Francis va a tener una elección muy pronto.
And one of the leading candidates is Le Pen, Marine Le Pen.
Y uno de los candidatos es Le Pen.
She says to everybody, you got to choose between being French or where you're from.
Dice que todo el mundo va a tener que elegir si eres francés o de donde quieras ser.
And give up your citizenship in the other country.
Y dar tu ciudadanía y renunciar a tu ciudadanía en otros países.
Most Jews have dual citizenship in France.
Muchos judíos tienen la doble ciudadanía en Francia.
So France is going to be empty of Jews pretty soon if she wins.
Y si él gana va a estar de 0% de judíos en Francia.
That will come to America at some point here.
Y eso en cierto punto de la historia va también a venir aquí a América.
Next news story on anti-Semitism.
Esta historia de antisemitismo.
The first anti-Semitism story.
La primera historia de
There was
antisemitismo.
supposed to be a bunch of football players,
Supone que hay
American football,
un gran grupo de
the real football,
un gran grupo
not
de
that gay sport. Don't touch me.
Va a haber muy
Don't touch me. Oh, you touched me. He touched me. Okay.
Muy pronto.
I mean, in playing soccer, you're much more physically fit. Anybody who can run around for 80 minutes is really fit. 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Well, they take a 10-minute break. I see them walking around. You kick the ball. Okay, I'm going to walk after it now. All right, anyway, there's supposed to be some American football players that went to Israel.
Se supone que hay muchos grupos de jugadores de fútbol que van a Israel
But to have a goodwill towards Israel from the football players.
para tener una buena relación entre los
But this-
jugadores de Israel.
But this gentleman, Michael Bennett,
Pero ese caballero, Michael Bennett,
says he's not going to Israel because they're an apartheid state.
dice que no quiere ir a Israel porque es un estado apartado.
Okay? And he says they're oppressing the Palestinians who are Muslims.
Dice que Israel está oprimiendo a los palestinos y musulmanes.
Oh, hey, I want to see something.
Yo quiero ver algo.
Let's see what the Muslim books say about the black man.
Vamos a ver qué dice el libro musulmán acerca del hombre
Should we go
negro.
see what some of their writings say?
Vamos a ver lo que sus escritos dicen.
Okay? In the writings in the Quran,
En el Corán,
or actually this is a hadith,
aquí ese es el hadith,
which an Ethiopian woman laments her racial inferiority to Muhammad.
donde
Because
una,
she was black.
donde una mujer etíope estaba lamentando su inferioridad, su raza por ser negra a Mahoma.
Muhammad was white or lighter skinned.
Y Mahoma era blanco o o más o menos.
In the Muslim writings in the Arab world,
En las escrituras musulmanas en el mundo árabe,
it says of the black people that they're stupid, untruthful, vicious, sexually unbridled, ugly, distorted, excessively merry, and easily attracted by music and drink.
dice en los escritos árabes y literatura persa que los negros o de raza negra son estúpidos, infructuosos, viciosos, sexualmente aborrecidos, feos, etc. Y que distorsionan incluso en la música y en la bebida.
Okay, one other writing of the Muslims.
Vamos a ver otra.
Nasir ad-Din Tusi, a famous Muslim scholar, said about the blacks, the ape is more capable of being trained, and Israel is bad.
Y el Nasir ad-Din Tusi dice que es un escrito famoso musulmán de un escolar que dijo esto sobre los negros. Dice, what is the ad? ¿Qué es un ad? Que un mono es más capaz de ser entrenado que una persona de color.
And that's why you don't want to go to Israel, because you want to stand with the Muslim Palestinians.
Y él no quiere ir a Israel porque ellos son apartados del musulmán. Él quiere quedarse con los musulmanes.
All right, going on to the next anti-Semitism story
Y
from Russia.
esa noticia de Rusia, de
A Russian
antisemitismo.
lawmaker who is very close to Vladimir Putin
Y esta persona que es un hacedor de leyes como Vladimir Putin,
okay, said that the Jews boiled the Christians in cauldrons.
dice que los judíos
In a big pot.
¿cómo? Oh, hirvieron. Dicen que los judíos sirvieron a los cristianos en ollas de aceite.
End time prophecy news. The first news story, the mark of the beast.
Esta noticia de últimos tiempos, la marca de la bestia.
In Revelation 13, verse 16, it talks to the mark of the beast.
En Apocalipsis 13:16 habla de la marca de la bestia.
In France right now, they're starting to become a cashless society.
En Francia ahora mismo se ha vuelto una sociedad sin efectivo, sin
That you
papeleta.
have to pay with your phone now.
Ahora debes de pagar con tu teléfono celular.
How many people have ever broken or lost their phone?
¿Cuántas personas han roto o han perdido sus celulares?
Imagine having all your information on a broken or lost phone.
Imagínate perder toda tu información en ese teléfono roto y perdido.
Imagine not being able to use a credit card or a debit card because everything's in your phone.
Imagínense no utilizar ni crédito ni débito porque todo está en tu celular.
Well, they're starting this in the European Union to start a cashless society.
Y eso está comenzando a las naciones europeas de estar sin dinero en papeleta.
Next news story. In Las Vegas, Nevada this week,
En Las Vegas, Nevada, en esta semana,
Senator Becky Harris,
el senador Becky Harris
they want to propose a bill to make it an outlaw to microchip anybody.
ellos quieren proponer una ley donde que se evite poner el chip a todo el mundo.
Do you know in Mexico they microchip a lot of their children,
¿Sabías que en México ellos le han
the
puesto
rich people?
las personas ricas le han puesto el chip a todos sus hijos?
Because the rich people's children are abducted a lot.
Porque todos esos niños lo habían raptado, lo habían secuestrado,
So they want to make a law to outlaw this microchipping of humans.
y ellos quieren quitar esa ley de que le pongan microchip a los humanos.
Next prophecy in Psalm 83.
La próxima profecía en el Salmo 83,
In Psalm 83 it talks about a war and it names a grouping of people.
en el Salmo 83 se habla de guerra y de reunir a muchas personas.
Those people met this week
Esas personas se reunieron esta semana
and they met under that arch.
y se reunieron debajo de ese arco.
That arch is the Temple of Baal arch.
Y ese arco es el templo pagano de Baal.
They met in, what country did they meet in? where is it? I forgot what the.
That's Roman, no? Palmyra.
They met in Bahrain or something like that. No, they didn't meet in Syria, but Syria was there. I forgot what, I cut that name off. Anyway, they met this week with all the Arabs and some other people.
Ellos se reunieron esta semana con todos los árabes y más personas
Okay, Dubai, right here.
en Dubái.
In Dubai. They met in Dubai,
Se reunieron en Dubái,
which is an Arab country,
que es un país árabe,
with some representatives from Rome,
con representantes de Roma,
okay, under the Roman Arch of Baal.
debajo de ese arco romano de Baal.
That's big, everybody.
Eso es grande.
That's a symbol of the devil.
Es uno de los símbolos del diablo.
Next news story, sinking sand.
Arenas movedizas.
Okay, in Matthew 7, verse 26, the Lord says, build your house on a strong foundation.
En Mateo 7:26 habla de construir tu casa en sólido.
This is a very interesting story.
Esto es una historia bien impresionante.
There, underneath a portion of the western United States,
Una porción de Estados Unidos
they found a gigantic volcano, basically.
encontraron un volcán gigantesco.
The land is all underneath it is lava.
Todo lo que está debajo de esa tierra es lava.
Remember that movie, the volcano in LA or something like that?
¿Recuerdan esa filmación, esa película del volcán?
Well,
del
it's
volcán?
real now. It's not a movie.
Ya no es una película más.
They realize that there's a gigantic cauldron of lava under a third of the United States.
Han encontrado que hay una gran parte de lava un tercio de lava debajo de los Estados Unidos.
It's so big it's the size of Mexico.
Es tan grande que es del tamaño de México.
Next news story, you'll be hated for following Messiah.
La próxima historia vas a ser odiado por seguir al Mesías.
Okay? And remember last summer,
¿Recuerdan el verano pasado?
this guy who's a doctor in the picture,
Esta persona que es un doctor en la fotografía,
Dr. Eric Walsh,
es el doctor Eric Walsh,
was fired from his job as a doctor from the state of Georgia
que fue despedido de su trabajo en Georgia,
for preaching against homosexuality at a Seventh-day Adventist church.
que estuvo predicando en contra de la homosexualidad en una iglesia adventista.
Well, Dr. Walsh is now somewhat rich.
Ahora el doctor Walsh es otro rico.
He sued the state of Georgia
Él demandó al estado de Georgia
and beat the state of Georgia.
y él ganó la demanda al estado.
He got his job back and $225,000.
Él recuperó su trabajo y también tiene unos 225,000.
Amen? That's a good one. Next news story.
Próxima historia.
Jehovah said he's going to take the animals away from the earth in the end of days.
El Señor dice, Jehová, que va aquí en los últimos tiempos quitará los animales de la tierra.
In Hosea 4, verse 3,
En Oseas 4:3.
he said he was going to take the animals away.
Él dice que iba a remover los animales de la tierra.
Well, let's see if that's true.
Vamos a ver si esto es real.
That picture that you see there is not rocks or sand.
Esa fotografía que ves ahí, eso no es ni arena ni rocas.
That's off that's the coast of Costa Rica.
Eso es en la costa de Costa Rica.
Those are thousands of dead fish that washed up on the shore of Costa Rica.
Esos son millones de pescados muertos que
The
están
Gulf
en la costa de
of
Costa.
Nicoya,
Es en el Golfo de Nicoya.
okay? Thousands and thousands of sardines. That's sardines, everybody.
Eso es miles y miles de sardinas.
That's not sand, that's not rocks, that's fish.
Eso no es rocas ni arena, esos son pescados.
Next news story about animals.
La próxima historia de animales
That's off the coast of Chile.
es también en la costa de Chile.
That's not sand,
Eso ahí no es arena,
that's not rocks,
tampoco es rocas.
that's 150,000 salmon.
Eso es 150,000 sardinas.
Rocks are now going to cost more, everybody.
Eso es sardina que va a costar aún más. Salmón.
One picture is off the coast of Chile and the other is off the coast of Colombia.
En una parte muestra las costas de Chile y en la otra fotografía de
Now
Colombia.
remember last week we had the whales dying.
Recuerdan que las ballenas murieron la semana pasada.
That's two sets of fish.
Esto es otra clase de pescado.
Now in Idaho this week, 50 owls fell from the sky and just died.
Y en Idaho, unos 50 búhos cayeron desde el cielo. Bueno,
Now why is that interesting?
¿por qué es interesante?
Because the owls eat the rodents.
Y es interesante porque los búhos comen los roedores.
The rodents bring the plague.
Los roedores disparcen la plaga.
And what did they have in the summer last year out on the West Coast?
¿Y qué
The plague.
tuvieron en el verano pasado en esas costas?
The bubonic plague.
En el oeste, la plaga bubónica.
Now what's good to stop the bubonic plague?
¿Y qué es bueno para detener la plaga bubónica?
Frankincense and myrrh.
Incienso y mirra.
Next news story. Fornication. 1 Corinthians 6 verse 16.
La próxima historia es fornicación en 1 de Corintios 6.
Talks about prostitution. If you join yourself to a prostitute, you're fornicating.
Si estás unido a la prostitución, estás fornicando.
In Hawaii this week they introduced a bill to legalize prostitution.
En Hawái introducieron la ley de legalizar la prostitución.
Okay, that is not okay, everybody.
Esto no está bien.
Going on to the next news story. Proverbs 29 verse 18, it says, without a vision the people perish.
Proverbios 29:18 dice que sin visión el pueblo perece.
All right, and the news story is, there was a bunch of teachers this week.
Y la noticia es esta, que hubieron un gran grupo de profesores en esa
They were at
semana.
a bar.
Estaban en una barra.
And, they're from the Bangor public school system.
Son del sistema de Bangor.
And these teachers were talking about which students they would like to have sex with.
Y ellos estaban discutiendo entre los profesores de qué estudiante iba a tener relaciones sexuales con ellos.
Which students they would like to murder.
Y qué estudiantes le gustaría a ellos asesinar.
This is why you need to homeschool your children.
Es por eso que necesitas darle educación en casa a los hijos.
Well, you know, what? I'd like to have sex with that girl.
Ellos dirían, yo quisiera tener relaciones con esa niña.
And there's more and more teachers being caught having sex with their students.
Y muchos profesores se han encontrado teniendo relaciones con sus estudiantes.
God says that we should homeschool our children. Deuteronomy 6 verse 7.
Y el Señor dice que deberías de educar a tus hijos en casa, Deuteronomio 6:7.
All right, going on to the next story, the Sodomites, the gay people.
Los sodomitas, los homosexuales.
Romans 1 verse 24 it talks about the homos.
En Romanos 1:24 habla de los homosexuales.
Now they're trying to make it normal.
Ahora quieren hacerlo normal.
One of the toy makers is attempting to make transgenderism normal.
Uno de los grupos que hacen juguetes quieren hacer los transexuales normal.
That's the Jazz Jennings doll.
Es el Jazz Jennings,
That's a show on the Learning Channel.
que se muestra en el canal de educación.
Jazz is a boy who dresses like a girl.
Jazz es un varón que se viste como hembra.
Jazz needs to man up and stop acting like a freak.
Jazz necesita madurar y comportarse como un hombre.
Okay? If you're a boy, you're a boy.
Si
Act
eres,
like a boy.
si eres varón y eres varón.
Well, I feel like a girl. Well, shut up.
Oh, me siento como niña, cállate.
I feel like eating pizza right now, but I'm not going to.
Me siento como. I'm not feeling like that.
All right, going on to the next news story.
La próxima historia.
Okay, well, I think there's one news story about war. Matthew 24, verse 7.
Esa noticia de guerra es en Mateo 24:7.
Iran made a video this past week
Irán hizo un video en esta semana pasada
of them fighting the United States Navy and defeating us.
ellos bombardeando a los Estados Unidos y derrotándolos.
Okay, they're propagating to their people to get ready for war.
Ellos están haciendo propaganda a los suyos de que van a entrar en guerra.
Okay, so Yeshua talked about wars and rumors of wars. It's coming, everybody.
Yeshua habla de guerra y rumores de guerra y eso está a punto de venir.
All right, that's all the news we have for this week.
Esa es toda la noticia que tenemos.
Look at that blue bar there, the blue arrows.
Ve el botón ahí azul.
If you're out there,
Si estás allá
hit the
afuera,
doggone donate button.
presiona el botón de donar.
And that's what it's called now, the doggone donate button.
Lo puedes ver ahí, dice el dog and donate button.
Okay, and you can get the benefit.
Shalom. My name is Messianic Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman, and I invite you to come to visit our congregation. If you are in the tri-state area, come out and visit with us on Shabbat. We are a congregation of Jews and Gentiles, living as one in the Messiah Yeshua. Bgmc is a place of true worship. The focus never wanders from the Hebraic roots of our faith. Beth Goyim is rooted in the Word of God from Bereshit through to the book of Revelation. Messiah's strong words against man-made tradition are carefully recorded in Matthew 7. That is the reason we only follow the straight-up instructions found in Scripture. Truly, the way, the truth, and the life. If you're looking for a deeper walk with Adonai, come out for our Tuesday evening Bible study called Messianic Torah Time. Come, spend the day with us on any Shabbat. We start at 11 a.m. with the sound of the ancient Hebrew shofar. Next, we offer our King praise and worship in English, Hebrew, and Spanish. After worship, we review the headlines in the previous week's news from around the globe, especially news from the Holy Land, Israel. We don't just list the news headlines as current events, but we comb through the scriptures, searching for clues to understand what they mean, and then to help pinpoint prophetically our current position on Adonai's clock. After digesting all that modern information, we leave the world behind as we journey with our Adonai deep into His eternal Word, not with just one or two scriptures, but usually 7 or more scriptures. The spiritual nourishment and the richness of His kingdom become accessible to the ones who share this special time and seek them out. The day does not end there. Because Shabbat is so special to Him, there is always so much more that our King desires to share. So instead of separating and leaving, we stay together as a family for potluck lunch and an afternoon study of our King's Word. We close the Shabbat together with the reading of the new week's parashah. That's the Torah portion. Even after those blessings, many of us just can't get enough. So the members bring prepared homemade foods to share while we all enjoy an uplifting movie together. If all that information is not quite enough, you can check out our website where you will find over 200 video teachings and biblical holy day studies. Under Messianic Torah Time, the Hebrew Roots button, you'll discover free studies on many, many different topics, including PowerPoint slide presentations. If Beth Goyim sounds like a place you'd love to visit, but you live outside the tri-state area, there is still a way to connect with us. We stream live on the internet on Tuesday, Thursday, and Shabbat. The website is www.bethgoyim.org. That's BETHGOYIM.org. Our phone number is 973-338-7800 or 978-2-YESHUA. That's 978, the number 2, Yeshua. Shalom.